A question I get asked a lot is, how do I not rage? Now, if you've seen this clip before. Alright, so we did die at 98, but that's okay. Alright, so I beat Bloodlust. I guess now I'm gonna go on to Tartarus. Yeah, that was me. And for the video on that run, I got a lot of comments asking, why don't I rage? And this is very important if you want to get good at GD. Because dying of pressure and nervousness is a big chunk of the deaths you're gonna have in GD. Especially the important ones when you're far in a level. But let me tell you the strategy that I've used for the last 5 months. And it's a lot more simple than you think. I know it's not that I play a lot of fighting games, but something I want to get out of the way first, that most people think I don't rage. Being more calm during completion definitely helps with the rage, but I still definitely rage. How do I not get nervous? But first I think it's necessary to say, but first I think it's necessary for you guys, but first I think it's necessary for you guys to ask yourself why you get nervous during far runs. Well, for me at least, it's that when I'm really far in a run, I'm nervous because there's a lot of pressure to not throw and beat my PB or beat the level, which makes me nervous that I'm not going to get the best outcome. First of all, to kind of switch our goal here, we're not trying to not be nervous, we're trying to overwrite nervousness with relief, almost to distract ourselves or cover up the feeling with another one. So then we need to think, what situation can I be in a far run almost to overwrite the feeling of being nervous or thinking at all that you're in a far run and you could potentially not do what you're trying to achieve, which makes you nervous. So what you need to look for is almost awareness that no matter what the outcome of the run is, it won't matter. Almost like acceptance of something that hasn't even happened yet. You know, when you die when you're far, it just takes a second to calm down and recover and accept the fact that you died. It's almost like you're trying to skip to that step before it even plays out. Literally skipping all 5 stages of grief. Well, all 4, because I think the last one is acceptance. I can't remember. This is why I should have made a script first. So to achieve this is the main strategy I use. So this is what the strategy is. I start on any attempt where my goal that attempt is 100%. And if I don't make that percentage goal and I die before 100, then for the attempt afterwards, my goal will be 99. The next attempt is 98, 97, repeat until I finally make that goal. And this also helps with the boredom of the relentless time we put into trying to beat a new hardest. Let's say the goal was 60% by the time I reached it. And here's the thing, when I reach that goal, now I'm in a 60% run. Now that's usually where most people would start getting really nervous. But if you're thinking about beating the goal more than beating your PB, then you'll overwrite that feeling of being nervous with being relieved. And then you don't care what the outcome is because you reached your goal. You don't care. You might as well see how far you can go in the attempt. Pretty good run.
Yeah, pretty good.
And that state of mind is 10 times better than being nervous. And the fact that it's better actually adds on to skipping those stages of grief. At least you can tell yourself that you dealt with it in the best way possible, or at least a better outcome than most. Therefore, you got the best outcome that you could do in the moment, so you can't really complain. So that is exactly what I did on the Bloodlust 99% and the 100%. For the 99, I can't remember what my goal was, but it was pretty high. It was like between 70 and 80. But after I passed my goal, I didn't care. And that is exactly why I got the reaction like that. And I also keep track of my scores just for fun. I reached the goal of 87 on Bloodlust at one point. And it isn't just a strategy that works. That's why it's just a strategy. There's other ways to feel relieved that work just as well as this one. Anything that really suits you. Now you might ask, why don't I just keep the exact same PB as like 70% for the entire stream? Now I can do that, but I just like making a game out of it. Also because I get really bored, like I said earlier. Now here are some disadvantages to this strategy. It makes your reactions absolutely terrible and just generally boring, because like after you die you still have that feeling. You kind of need to snap out of the game and reflect on what your actual goal was to realize how important that run actually was. So I don't know how I feel. Another not really disadvantage but stops the strategy from working is mind blocks. If you're consciously thinking about one part and that you're gonna die to it, you'll likely snap out of the game, and rather you're gonna die to it because it's a mind block, or you're gonna pass it and get really nervous because you just passed it and you know that it's a mind block, which means you usually die there. And if that strategy doesn't work, just look for a reason to feel relieved, and even just a reason why that run doesn't matter, even if it does, because there's a lot of things in life you should take seriously, like it really matters, and that's what makes you perform better. But Geometry Dash is not that situation, except for like determination in the long run. And there are some situations where people perform better when they're nervous, then try to avoid feeling relieved. But otherwise, anything that gets you into the mindset of, okay, I did what I was trying to do, I'm gonna just go as far as I can for fun now. Anything that gets you into that mindset really helps. If you want to see some of my completions, click in the center screen, and here's a funny Twitch clip. to the bone.